All right, welcome to Last Call. What do you get when you cross an undercover narcotics officer with a church volunteer? Apparently a tattooed skateboarding rock star who spends his Sunday mornings in prayer at the Playboy Mansion. In other words, put it up for our good friend Fred Durst. Welcome to the show, dude.
Well,
Good to have you here, kicking it.
I'm happy.
What?
That's who I'm talking to, right up there. That's what matters.
Who's that up there? That's the VIP section. Who's that up there?
That is the VIP section,
You got
man.
your boys here? You got the family?
Oh, man. Yeah, those are actually people I paid to come in here and hook it up.
Come on.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's good to have you on, man.
This is a very cool experience.
Every time I talk with Fred Durst, we're either, on the set of TRL or we're drunk at a bar. We start talking about women and how we have bad luck.
Or we're very drunk doing karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's not
Our
right.
third segment was going to be us drunk doing karaoke, but you nixed it.
Well, I haven't drank in a long time.
Yeah, what's
so-
up with that? You quit drinking?
Yeah.
Why?
The whole thing, the whole September 11th thing, I did a lot of thinking and got really grateful to be alive and figured I might as well make this experience last as long as I can.
September 11th happened, and at MTV we were trying to put a show together. And, obviously there was so much drama here in New York. I didn't want to do a show. I didn't want to do TRL in particular because I thought there was nothing significant about playing music videos. I felt this big in comparison to what the country was going through. And you called in. We did piece together a show, asked some friends of the show to call in, and you were nice enough to do that. And that was like talking to a whole new Fred that day. Remember when we talked?
Yeah, man, it was a very, I don't know, it really affected me. Did it affect you guys, like, majorly?
Yeah, hell yeah, it affected me. I had
some people
F-14s flying over my
affected,
apartment. I saw it from my apartment in New York.
That's unbelievable.
I woke up and
you're
saw
alive, bro.
one on fire, went on my balcony and saw number 2 get hit. I was profoundly moved. But what struck me about our conversation with you was that there's this whole thing about Fred Durst. If you ask somebody, do you know Fred, you get one of two answers. You get, yeah, I know him, I love him like a brother, or you get, no, I effing hate him.
Yeah.
Why?
There's no gray area.
There's nobody ever says, yeah, he's all right. It's and I don't know, it's either you're a straight shooter or people think you're difficult. What do you think?
It's probably a little of both. I think the people who don't understand me probably do think I'm difficult, and the people who understand me realize I'm a straight shooter. And I just believe in putting everything up front and not hiding anything and not having a hidden agenda and really being you. And I think at the end of the day, a lot of people who aren't being themselves are mad at people who are being themselves. And that'll all go away one day, and you'll see the light. And I just have to stay true to being Fred Durst, this redneck, this kid from a dirt road that just came from nothing. And right now I have a lot of things, and I'm very grateful for it. But
is that post 9/11 gratefulness, or is that a newfound philosophy?
No, I've always been really grateful, and I've always been a fan who got lucky enough to be on the other side of the fence. And
right.
So now I always do everything what I think a fan would love, like the free concerts and
right.
staying after the show to sign every single autograph and always be hanging out with real people. And that's what I feel like I would want a celebrity or rock star or somebody in a band to do if I was a fan hanging out. I'm waiting backstage behind the building.
Right. You remember what it's like when you were there.
Yeah,
so
waiting and the guy goes directly into the tour bus, instead of
taking a second.
Yeah, just like, these people are standing here and they all they want is to meet you, and that's pretty unbelievable.
Right.
Because it's a big difference from washing dishes at Pizza Hut to people wanting your autograph,
You gave me a great analogy when we were talking on, I guess it was like the 12th or 13th when we were on the air and you were on the phone. You were visibly moved and obviously shaken, and I think like me and the rest of the country had sort of filed mental chapter 11, if you will, reprioritizing. And one thing I got from you was, you know what, from now on, I'm not going to sweat the small anymore, That's what I got from you.
Yeah.
And prior to that, it was like Fred Durst is in the middle of every controversy. It was you and I and the Eminem Christina thing. It could be the Scott thing from Creed. Every time there was some drama, your name was attached.
Yeah.
And then post 9/11, were you going to try and put all that stuff? Did you call Scott from Creed and say, look, man, forget all this drama. Let's do something positive or fix it?
No, man, I just have had a reality check with how petty these things could be that we spend so much energy focusing on. and causing this negativeness inside of us when the bigger picture is just so much more important. Like, I mean, I don't want to sound like some just guy that turned into some, you know, Birkenstock wearing rainforest live forever guy, but you know, I completely...
That was my roommate in college. He's an ass. I know that guy.
I know what you're saying.
But I mean, how like literal did you change after?
I really thought to myself, I was like, I saw people murdered in front of my face, like live on TV, and we're all watching, and it was just out of hatred, and it was just like, wow, I'm sitting here and, you know, so I spoke my mind one day because of the way the singer of this band treated me. I still love the band and the music, but I said that, and it was just petty for me to just feel that way. I could have just soaked it up and said, you know, maybe he's like that, and just forget about it, but I didn't. And when other people attack me, I let it get to me, and I let it phase me, and I'm thinking, you know, that's really small beings for this huge, gigantic picture, which is life. And we got to really stick together right now. We're like human beings who really need each other, and dying is the last thing I want to think about. And seeing other people die, innocent people, and just anybody, man. I just think let's just be stoked to be here right now.
But this sounds like a very, I don't know, it sounds cheap. It sounds like a new Fred Durst, if you will. Maybe you were a bit short-tempered. Maybe you had sort of a micro philosophy. Somebody says something, you were quick to react to it, and now you understand the macro scale of life. It does transcend music. It transcends what you and I do, and you're maybe more patient now. Is that true or not?
Yeah, I think there's a new filter put on the reaction sensor in my brain.
Right.
That's it. I think a new...
You have a new frame of reference now.
Yeah, and it was like, instead of reacting the way I usually do, which is I was born that way and I was raised that way, and whatever happened in my life to make me me, that's me. And the chemicals inside of me, not the chemicals I put inside of me, just my balance, period. Now maybe I'm just like, when I come, instead of reacting, or instead of just speaking out too quick.
Because of September 11th.
Yeah, just because of, man, I just walk around every day going,
maybe
man, this is another day.
Maybe you quit drinking, too.
Well, no, I didn't drink that much, man.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why you said you quit. You never even really started.
Well, I quit because it makes me feel like the next day.
Yeah. That makes sense, at least. I mean, you have to perform. You put on a kick-ass show.
Oh,
you
man,
can't do
I
it
performed
hung
so
over
many
and
times,
faded every day.
Really, like, feeling like I was going to die.
Did you ever not know the words to a song because you were so hungover? Have you ever screwed up a show because you drank too much the night before?
No, I've actually, whenever I'm so hungover and I'm at a show and I'm so stuck in a moment where I'm dying.
You're dying, like sweating. Just...
I'm so happy that you guys are there because
you know the words. You
Come on!
The beauty of a Limp Bizkit fan. Sit tight, we got to take a break. We'll be right back. More with Fred Durst on Last Call right after this. Welcome back to Last Call. Fred Durst is our guest. Obviously, Limp Bizkit is in the process of looking for a new guitar player. Tell me a little bit about that. When Wes came to you and said, that's it, I'm done, were you like, uh-oh, that's the end of us? Or, uh-oh, we need to find a new guitar player?
We were already in the process of getting ready to reinvent for our 4th album anyway. Cause
I mean, get rid of him?
No, just go to a new level and, like, for longevity, and just head to another place, because I think, you know, we just needed musically to go to another level. And you know when you guys get a band that you like, and their first record you might like it the second, and one of their records is going to throw you off, you know, and you're like, oh man, I don't know. So we didn't want to do that, but we wanted you to keep growing with us. So that's kind of where we were going, and Wes in the same time was, I guess, ready to grow and go somewhere else. So we just took it as a sign, because we believe everything happens for a reason.
Right.
And we want Wes to be really happy, but you know what? We're only going to make a record 10 times better than anything we've ever done before in our lives.
Right, and tell me about the search for a new guitar player. I know you're close to your fans. You've almost opened it up to cities across the country, and you're auditioning regular real-life guitar players. That must be like going out on a million blind dates.
It is exactly what it's like. It's already been like going out on 2,500 blind dates.
Like, you know from the first note, you're like, no, next.
Well, you know when you meet somebody, you know there's just that
What are you
chemistry.
looking for? Who can, it's not a replacement of Wes, but what does this next phase of Limp need in a guitar player?
Everything. We need someone
like a Tom Morello, like somebody that feels it.
We need someone that can, like, right here we can be jamming, and like say one day we're feeling some crazy vibe and we're ripping out something like that's like you would put in a Tool category. Over the next day we're playing something that would go in the Cure category, and the next day we're playing something that just goes into the ridiculous, crazy Pantera category.
Right.
And next day we're just like hanging out with Meth, and we're chilling with Redman, and we're like, this is what we feel like doing. And like somebody that has that.
Have you found anybody yet? That you've
No
seen
way.
that you like? Not even close? How many people have you watched?
A lot.
And has anybody come close that you were like, has anybody blown you away?
You know, there's been some really talented people, and everybody's really confident in what they do and courageous, and that to me says a lot about a person. They would even come out, and there's been stuff I've found that I think that could be amazing for other projects I'm working on Flawless. Like when we were doing Puddle of Mud and working on that, and doing what I do with the business hat on.
Right.
But there's been nothing that Limp Bizkit has found that's going to take us to that next level. We're not looking for another Wes Borland, because he's great at what he did, and he's the only one.
We have a few people here that just want to play. Not that this is an audition, but this is Joe. What's up, Joe? Joe's from Brooklyn. And Joe's going to play a little bit for you. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead. All right, so that's a different style there. Nice work, Joe. So let me talk about Joe for a second.
All right.
How many people are coming to you with an acoustic guitar for an audition?
I'd say about...
What percentage?
About 15%.
Not a lot.
Not a lot, and I really happen to really love acoustic music.
So maybe people watching, like, more people should come at you.
I don't know, you know, more people should just come in not thinking that, whoa, this is Limp Bizkit, and they're notorious for this, or they've done this, and they come in and it's on 10 the whole time, and coming in and ripping out solos and just being super heavy. We have those layers, but I would come in and try to do something and show a side of you with a song or something that just has more diversity.
Are they singing full songs, or are they just playing guitar?
Oh, we give them a minute, you know, 1 minute.
Right.
And you can do whatever you can. I can do a lot in a minute.
Yeah, what can you do in a minute?
I can squeeze one out in a minute.
Emily, you ready? All right, this is Emily from Jersey. How many chicks are trying out? Because I said on TRL one day, I was like, I hope Limp gets some hot chick.
You know, I would love to get it. I would love... Actually, one of the best persons that we've jammed with so far has been a girl in Fresno.
One of the best so
She's
far?
like the best chemistry we've had with our band so far has been a girl from Fresno.
All right, cool. Emily, what you got? Emily's from Jersey. You ready? Yeah. Give us 30 seconds here. Come on.
Anybody playing a Les Paul is a friend of mine.
Let me ask you this. If a girl ended up being the best that you saw and brought him into Limp Bizkit, would you have to get them their own tour bus?
Hell no.
Would you allow male groupies on the road with Limp Bizkit?
Hell no.
So you better get her her own bus.
Well, you know, she can do her thing before we hit the bus. You know, we can have our dressing room filled with a few hundred ladies, and she can have her dressing room filled with 2 or 3 guys.
Right.
Hang out.
Are you going to find this guitar player, Fred?
You know what? It's going to happen.
If I get fired, maybe I'll play with you.
Dude, that'd be tight.
I can't do crap on the guitar, but Fred Durst, everybody. Come back, man, next time. This is Fred